There is a beautiful quote by Martha Graham that goes, "A dancer dies twice. Once they stop dancing, and this first death is the more painful. When your youth ends, those illuminating fires, full of life, turn to nothing but ashes and embers." Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, starts with the triumphant return of the hero party. Their journey has ended, and this is the coming of their first death. Apart from Frieren, an elf with the ability to live for centuries, this anime is about Frieren's unique perspective of life and how beautiful memories are, how one member taught the other to live, and how to find positives in something as depressing as death. This is the adventures of Frieren. After the grandiose celebration of defeating the Demon King, each party member reminisces. Himmel the hero and Eisen the warrior, nearly beheaded by the king, Priest Heiter's love towards alcohol, and the impulsive nature of our main character, the mage Frieren. In the night sky, meteors travel across the darkness, symbolizing that their trail of adventure is beautiful, but as the streak of light left by the meteor, their journey together must end. The next day, Frieren leaves the capital to pursue her hobby of collecting spells. We get this stunning montage of Frieren's adventures after leaving the capital. It was a showcase of how lively and joyous this world is. I am dumbfounded by how well the anime can show the passage of time through these small scenes in the episode. Remembering the promise she made with Himmel 50 years before, Frieren travels back to the capital. She meets Himmel but is shocked by his old age. After the 5-decade wait, the party once again reunites to see the meteor shower. In the 1-week travel, Himmel's monologue was nothing but poetry. They traveled to many places and experienced different experiences. Everything was beautiful and new. A bunch of people happily having the last hurrah of their life. Himmel thanks Frieren for this delightful adventure. You can imprint so much emotion on your viewer by showing the sad occurrences right after the happy ones. Himmel died a peaceful death. Memories of Frieren with Himmel start piling up inside as she laments about never trying to get to know him. Himmel's death is a message to us that you should never wait too long because one day they might just disappear. After the funeral, Heiter wants to see their faces as he believes it's the last time he will see Frieren and Eisen. Frieren at this point says that she wants to learn more about humans. Maybe she was late for Himmel, but for now, she is walking in the right direction. After 20 years have passed, Frieren visits the corrupt priest Heiter. Surprisingly, the alcoholic has left the drink to live longer. Since raising Fern, he has grown afraid of death. Leaving Fern alone is a fear he could never overcome, so he wants Frieren to take her as a disciple. Immediately, Frieren rejects this as her adventures are an invitation to death. Then Heiter asks Frieren to decipher a grimoire talking about immortality. Thus we see the day-to-day life of the deciphering Frieren, the hard work of Fern, and the lamenter Heiter. These montages feel so good because they show character actions quickly while expanding the world. Moreover, this plot device also seamlessly helps to transition into the future. 4 years have passed and time has finally caught up to Heiter. He collapses and this brings forth the reason for Fern's hard work. Heiter saved her from death. Himmel the hero engraved kindness to Heiter. Yes, Heiter was never evil, but he would not go out of his way to help someone in need. Himmel was the catalyst for his present nature. Heiter remarks that all the courage, strength of will, friendship, and most importantly, memories you get from your beloved will vanish with your death. So it's a waste to die. Fern is a tryhard because she wants to show that saving her was the best thing Heiter could do. There is nothing more reassuring to a father who sees his child on their own 2 feet. With training and concentration, she is finally able to shoot the boulder across the cliff. Frieren also finishes the deciphering, concluding that the grimoire was a hoax. Heiter knew this from the start, but still made Frieren decipher it so that Heiter could gain some time to prove her worth to Frieren. Heiter wants them to leave as he doesn't want Heiter to lose anyone else. Frieren burst into tears, exclaiming that you should end your last breaths with memories rather than loneliness. When asked why he saved Heiter, the answer was simply, that's what the hero Himmel would have done. The final moments of Heiter end in memories with Heiter. God, the way memories are depicted in this anime is heart-wrenchingly beautiful. With pouring alcohol on his deathbed, a new adventure awaits Frieren now alongside Heiter. In the next village, they are given this quest to clean the statue of the hero Himmel. Frieren decides to use her magic to bloom flowers surrounding the statue, but then stops to search for Himmel's favorite flowers. Even after 6 months of searching, they were unable to get the flowers. Heiter worries that they spent too much time searching for the flower. However, by the trail of the mouse, they get a lead. While following the mouse, Heiter asks why Frieren connects all the spells, and her reason is simply because of Himmel's compliments. See, you never know which sequence of words will affect someone. Himmel most likely never gave that much thought to those words, but for Frieren, it became her way of life. One day, Himmel wanted to show the beauty of those flowers to her. They fly above the building, revealing the colorful joys of this world. Not together, but she finally got to see Himmel's favorite flowers. She plants the flowers around Himmel's statue and puts the flower halo around the statue's head, just like how Himmel did the same for Frieren. What a gorgeous way to finish this small segment of the anime. The next arc is the much required relationship growth between Frieren and Heiter. They go to eat dessert after some grocery shopping. While skimming through the menu, with no doubt, Heiter knows what Frieren will order. This triggers a memory of Frieren having the same moment with the hero party. She always found it difficult to predict and interpret others' feelings. She asks for forgiveness to Heiter for not knowing anything about her. Since it was Heiter's birthday, she chose a gift for her. As apathetic as she is, it was very difficult to find the right item. She finalized on a hair ornament, which delighted Heiter. Knowing how dense Frieren is, Heiter assures that just an act of trying to find the right item is enough to make her overjoyed. This anime has such wholesome conclusions to a plot thread. With Himmel's death, she decided to understand humans, and through this scene, she is one step closer to that goal. The next day, Heiter wears the ornament embarking on the next journey. To briefly mention the next portion of the story, I do like how the anime emphasized how humans will learn from the past and perfect that concept. We all have seen the ceiling of a powerful demon. However, one thing that hampers the realism of that trope is no one ever thinks of learning and improving the powerful abilities of those demons. Small decisions like this go a long way to make the world realistic. Also, there is this Kurt gag, and this is where you realize that Himmel loved Frieren. Looking back, he was always trying to close the gap between the two, but their worlds were just too far apart. The more episodes air, the more I seem to like and pity Himmel. His selflessness to come to the village every year to check on the seal reads nobility and kindness. So after 28 years, Frieren and Heiter find themselves cleaning a seashore. This village has a tradition of looking at the sunrise on the New Year's Day. Again, these montages are one of my favorite parts of the anime. Them taking out the debris from the sea and the cozy feeling you get when they are at the fire shows how immersive the anime is. This is also where we see that Frieren is not an early bird. She always had trouble waking up in the morning. So when she agreed to see the sunrise, it left a question mark on Heiter. With much resistance, finally, Frieren and Heiter go to see the sunrise. Yes, this scene was beautiful, but for her, it wasn't worth waking up early in the morning. Himmel told her that she would love the sunrise, but it was not because of the scenery. It was because of people surrounding her. Frieren could never be able to see it by herself. She requires someone to lead the way for her. Ferro's smile is her enjoyment, which Himmel knew Frieren would enjoy. The reason itself is so touching to me because it shows you don't achieve happiness. It is always surrounding you. You need people to cover your flaws so that you are more productive and happier. Their next couple of days are spent trying to reach Eisen. Then we reach to my favorite scene of the anime so far, the talk of heaven. Eisen shows the grave of his parents and the priest Heiter prays for their well-being. Eisen and Frieren are skeptical of the concept of heaven. Heiter talks about heaven, which pretty much aligns with how I view heaven. There is no evidence of heaven, but I believe it should exist. It is more convenient that way. I love how the skeptical Eisen, even after 30 years, still prays to his parents. With Eisen joining the crew, they start to search for the notes left by Flamme, the legendary mage. It has been established that Fern doesn't like to waste time. I love how she pauses in the background when the two immortals talk about time. This starts the montage for episode 4, where they have to search for a big tree. This forest rendition is not that grandiose, but still, it managed to make the world ever so lively. The search continues for days, and at last, they find the tree. Frieren asks Eisen why he wanted to find these notes. Like us in the first episode, Eisen too disliked how Himmel and Frieren's stories ended. Eisen wishes Frieren to better understand Himmel. While opening the barrier, Frieren confronts that Flamme is her master, and her master confirms the presence of heaven. I would love to meet Himmel and Heiter once again. The gate opens, leading to the Grimoire. In the notes, it says that heaven is at Undead, the place of the Demon King. It will be a mere 10-year adventure. You know, Eisen was pleased with Fern being our apprentice. In episode 1, the members asked if Frieren would be alone in her travels. Eisen said it would be easy if there was someone to talk to. She did not care for her apprentice, as they would have died no matter their training. Frieren says that the 10 years she spent with the hero party was not even 1/100th of her life. However, Eisen's reply to that being that 1/100th changed you sent shivers down my spine. We get this weirdly emotional sequence of all the adventures we have had with Frieren, which shows how impactful this anime is with just 6 episodes. Eisen taught Frieren that the amount of time is not the factor to impact one's life. It's the emotions you left in those seconds that change you entirely. Now they depart for Ende, the land of demons. In our next journey, we have to deal with a dragon. Frieren and Fern need a frontliner to defeat the monster. But who better than Eisen's apprentice, Stark? However, he is not like Eisen and seems very cowardly. As one should, Fern has zero trust in Stark. Eisen has taught him everything. He believes that Stark is a person who will lift his axe for the sake of others. His training regime is nothing to cough at either. However, what he does like is resolve. In the night, Fern sees how hard he works every day. Stark is not a lazy person. You can feel the guilt he is feeling when he thinks of the villagers. When Fern sees the work he puts in his craft, that trust is not zero no more. Fern ran away too on her first fight. She knew the spells to defeat the monster, but her instinct got the better of her. Relationships are built through similar experiences. This common thread will help this couple quite a lot. His hands tremble on the day of confrontation. Frieren pleasantly smiles, as Eisen also trembles at every fight. Eisen says that being afraid isn't a bad thing. It is that fear that pushes you to your goal. Realizing that his master is the same as him, he finally attains his resolve to fight. Stark faces the dragon And let me tell you, this fight has got to be one of the best frames of animation I have ever seen. It changed from a slice of life fantasy to a battle shonen. After seeing this, I had to know its studio, and who do I see? None other than Madhouse. Madhouse has made some amazing animes like One Punch Man Season 1 and No Game No Life Season 1, but they are also notorious for not making a Season 2. If they don't make a Frieren Season 2, this was sad no pain. They parted in anger. His body moved on reflex because he was afraid. He could not fathom how incredible of a warrior Stark would be. Stark defeats the dragon with no help from Frieren or Fern. He was always powerful, he just had to go past that mental barrier. Frieren is proud of Aizen's apprentice and is also very excited to scavenge the magic items in the nest. Stark remarks this as ridiculous, which leads to a new flashback. Eisen thinks her hobby is a waste of time. To that, Himmel replies, "Do you prefer a difficult and painful journey?" We as people always forget to have fun. Those moments when it's very difficult to push forward are the times where you should laugh the most. When Eisen retells his journey to Stark, he always feels Frieren antics as ridiculous but does add fun to that sentence. Now, Stark plans to do the same with Frieren and Fern, just like Eisen. Fern and Stark find another commonality as they don't want to idly live in the city for 3 years. Together, they try to find some way to get past the checkpoint. They searched and searched, but to no avail. Fern is quite surprised to see Stark's cooperation. When Stark was little, Eisen brought him to the same town, gleefully talking about his adventures with the hero party. Like Frieren, that 10-year adventure was everything to Eisen. But now, he is too old to travel. Stark needs the field to experience ridiculous and fun adventures in place of Eisen just to bring back his stories to him. Fern too has to go to places where Heiter went to because she wants to show him that she can stand on her own 2 legs. I just love how all the characters in this anime, through memories, affected each other's life. Himmel's death made Frieren realize that you should always get to know the person close to you before it's too late. Fern regained the will to live through Heiter, and Heiter's will to live grew due to Fern. Eisen's fear taught Stark to be fearless, and having someone to listen to your stories like Stark was the happiest moment for Eisen. Even the payoff scenes like Eisen praying due to Heiter's thoughts on heaven or Fern's assurance to Frieren that trying is good enough to understand me are satisfying moments. Our main character Frieren is like a sponge soaking all the views of the hero party to be less apathetic and more humanly. This is my favorite slice of life without the romance tag because every slice of every character is satisfying, well written, and overwhelmingly wholesome. Very excited for the next episodes and especially quite curious if there is an apprentice of Himmel the hero. This has been my thoughts on the anime, and for now, this will be Dungeon signing out.